First of all, I plan on campaigning in the South. I plan, and if I'm your nominee, winning Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, believe it or not. And I believe we can win Texas and Florida. If you look at the polling data now, doesn't mean it's a marathon. It's a long way off. If you may recall, Reverend, I'm the only person who went in and campaigned in the off-year election for the senator in Alabama. I was the only person invited down there to speak. Not the only, but I was the only one who wasn't a person of color that was invited down. I spent a lot of time campaigning in North Carolina and Texas and around the country. I have no intention of walking away if I'm the nominee. And if I'm not nominee, I have no intention of walking away and trying to help whoever the nominee is to win those states, number one. Number two, as President of the United States, were I to be elected, I would make sure a number of things happen. Number one, we have to bring back what happened with the Voting Rights Act, as you well know, when there was a decision, the Shelby County case occurred, and it said that it's going to eliminate the requirement of you have to get pre-clearance to change anything dealing with your voting rights legislation, anything that changes. The truth of the matter is, I thought we had made real progress. I was chairman of the Judiciary Committee, or the ranking member, when we extended the Voting Rights Act the last time for 25 years. It was 5-year increment. I was there and did it for 25 years. And at the time that happened, we had a unanimous vote, 98-0. All those Southern boys and women voted for it. I thought maybe there's progress. Maybe things are beginning to change. But what I vastly underestimated was how deep and systemic the racism is and why, in fact, it never gives up. It's like cutting grass. You got to do it every week. You let it go for a month or 6 months or a year, you got a forest in the middle of your yard. And so I would do my best to get a United States Senate, it's a Democratic Senate again, and reinsert the Voting Rights Act and overrule the Shelby case as a practical matter. That would change things dramatically. With regard to everything from education to the prison system, I think everyone's entitled to have total health care. And what I would do is make sure that every single person, as I propose, every single person in the United States has access to Medicaid right off the bat. I would triple the number of the amount of money we spend on Title I for underprivileged schools, from $15 to $45 billion a year. And I would make sure that we had preschool for 3 and 4 or 5-year-olds in every single state in the union. I would make sure that we're in a situation where we had more social workers and more school psychiatrists, et cetera, going into those schools, because guess what happens? It's a long question. It's an essay, okay? You're looking at me like I want me to stop. You want me to answer any more or want me to stop?